Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. There's gonna come a time when you have to fight. Boom, boom, boom. What? Boom, boom, boom. You think is right. Boom, boom. Boom. If you're not ready, you better run and hide. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Cause what they have in store is to take your life. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. So let my people go.
We've heard poets and prophets postulate pulsating proposals of progress. We've heard activists vent like snowblowers, dusting off a cold black cover-up, exposing the potholes of our fear. We've endeared ourselves to others because of their resistance. We've loved Chavez, Che, and Geronimo, but how many actually know? What is the revolution?
Pulsating proposals of progress.
Is it marching on Washington, protesting in streets while packing heat? No, the revolution simply...
I'm gonna do a lighthearted one, you know what I'm saying? You know, something crazy. It's an old one, man, but I love it, and a lot of people love it, but I began writing years ago, to tell you about myself, you know what I'm saying? I went to the historic Fisk University in Nashville, Tennessee, and I actually began, and the thing about Nashville is like it's really historic for black people, you know what I'm saying? I mean, short story, Fisk University is what you call the Jubilee Singers, and they're famous because in 18 such and such, you know, when Fisk was running out of money, the Jubilee Singers came together and traveled the world and put on a tour and saved the school. But they became so popular, and what they sang was Negro spirituals, you know what I'm saying? But they sang them kind of different, you know what I'm saying? Because they sang them standing still, you know what I'm saying? Boom, when they sing, you know what I'm saying? There's no movement, there's no head movement, they sing it standing still. But they traveled the world, performed for even the Queen of England and saved the school and everything. And from that, Nashville became known as Music City, USA. Later on, it got changed, it got adopted to Country Music City, USA. But it was originally Music City, USA for the Jubilee Singers, you know? But and it's funny because, come to find out years later, one of the reasons they were so popular is because they stood still. It was a popular thought that Caucasians didn't think that black people could sit still, you know? And so people would turn out in droves, even though they were talented, even though they was very artistic, you know what I'm saying? It was because they stood still, you know? Wow, that says a whole lot. It says a whole lot right there. But anyway, while I was there, a friend of mine ended up dying, man. Got in a fight, man. You got to think about before you do stuff, man. Was in the Navy, you know what I'm saying? Had just gotten engaged, you know what I'm saying? And he got in a fight at a bar and died. He fell and hit his head, man. And so that's when I began writing poetry. And soon, a few years later, I came up with this one. I want everyone to listen to the sound of my voice. We're going to take a trip starting at the number 10, see it in your head. Then going to 9, 8, 7, your spirit is becoming light as an angel in heaven. Flying through the chambers of your mind, a door suddenly appears. On the knob it says number 6, and you reach out and twist it. When it opens, the year is 1985, and you're in the middle of an NCAA championship basketball game. North Carolina versus Georgetown. Look over there, young freshman on the wing, caught the ball, perfect rotation, amazing that scene, and we cheered and we cheered. If I could be like Mike. Man, I remember when I was a little boy, I was running around and screaming, Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player in the entire world. White boys in the army saying he can't pass like Bird, he can't shoot like Bird. In fact, all he does is dunk. Well, since those times, the Bird flew away and Mike won more dunk contests and more championship rings, commanding more people to sing. If I could be like Mike. Don't worry about nothing, Mike. We got your back. When you gambled and lost, we didn't care. When they whispered and shoved cameras in your face just after your father died, we cried with you. We cried, leave him alone. We were your foundation, your cultural home. When he tried to say that you could fly because you were some African backwards tribe, we just laughed and laughed and laughed because we knew you could fly because you were Mike. And we loved you, living vicariously through you. Believing that we could spread our legs just far enough on making our tongues touch our chins, and just maybe the winds would carry us from our drudgery, and it would take us to a place where you existed. And even in our dreams, we didn't leave looking humbly. We bought your jersey for work, Felicia for play, one for each day, the red, the retro, 2342, and they still said it's gotta be the shoes. And the shoes were cool, so we bought the shoes to be like you. Many even died to be like you. He had just put up 55 points in Chicago and got shot down in the early night. The street lights gave a soft glow to the chalk lines and outlined his arms stressed, chest pressed against the concrete. We were stressed as a nation because people killed and stole for your clothes. So we were desperate to put these rampages on hold. So we went to Nike, and they said something that was bold. They said that black people don't buy enough of our product for us to make a statement about Nike neighborhood-based violence. We felt frustrated and helpless, so we came to you, Mike, and what did you do? No closing of sweatshops, no lowering of outrageous prices, not even a freaking red ribbon on your jersey symbolizing the deceased. All you said is that brothers should have peace. But when brothers wanted to million-man march on Washington, D.C. in the name of peace, Mike, what did you do? You stood on television and formed a vision. Well, hindsight is perfect wisdom. Years of supporting you with dollars and words, and now I'm thinking, I might as well root it for Bird. Thank y'all.
But they don't use the keys, they already use an assault and battery round. As innocence and curiosity battled in tug of war, my innocence just gave up saying, what do I struggle for? If it's boys versus girls, I might as well even score. Not knowing from here on out, my scarred soul would plead for more. So go ahead, plead some more. I tried washing my bloody hands in your ocean of broken emotions, watching you like a hunting lion moving closer to the kill, not even knowing how I was supposed to feel, and the message was all bottled up, and then you came and broke the seal, and that message went from one of hope to one of me just trying to cope. And even though I promised, I freely spoke. Because me and you, sweetheart, we were just a hoax, a joke. I burned every bridge, and then you drowned inside the moat. And with all that emotional baggage, I should have known you'd never feel that.
Oh my God. Fractal self-imaging, still life repeating its candid sentence in an infinite spiral inward, each measure carefully reduced by its God-given 1.6 ratio, infinitely smaller until the image is reduced to unreal numbers, existent without actualization. See, the equation is simple. Proliferation on the abstract divided by the quantifiability of the imagination. Mathematicians tell ghost stories to physicists who make myths for the biologist who confirms the temple architecture where he invites my doctor to sit and explain to me the nature of an abnormal stigma cell.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. There's gonna come a time when you have to fight. Boom, boom, boom. What? Boom, boom, boom. You think is right. Boom, boom. If you're not ready, you better run and hide. Cause what they have in store is to take your life. So let my people go.
We've heard poets and prophets postulate pulsating proposals of progress. Pulsating proposals of progress. We've heard activists vent like snowblowers, dusting off a cold black cover-up, exposing the potholes of our fear. We've endeared ourselves to others because of their resistance. We've loved Chavez, Che, and Geronimo, but how many actually know? What is the revolution? Pulsating proposals of progress.
Is it marching on Washington, protesting in streets while packing heat? No, the revolution is
proposals of progress. Pulsating proposals of progress. Pulsating proposals of progress. Pulsating proposals of progress. Pulsating proposals of progress.